Before the pandemic began, in Henderson, there was a lot of momentum behind diversifying our economy and then the type of development that we were seeing in Henderson. Going in March, I can't remember the date exactly, but it was a Sunday and I was sitting at home and we get a phone call to report to the Emergency Operations Center.
At the start of COVID, I believe we were looking like most other people. We didn't know what was happening. We didn't know what the best steps to take were. It was difficult just to know the best thing to do for the health of our staff and the health of the community.
We have a legacy of good planning, and we have developed great working relationships with our stakeholders, with our nonprofit organizations. And so I think immediately we knew who to call. And as we were trying to find out who needed resources, who needed help, we had a very good database of all of those individuals that we knew we could contact and count on to understand where the need was at and try and meet that need.
One of the keys to our success has been the city's commitment to strategic planning. This foundation has enabled us to respond nimbly to the pandemic and to continue offering the services our residents and businesses need and that are key to maintaining a vibrant quality of life and achieving our shared vision of being America's premier community.
We were rushing to get as many resources out the door to as many of those people as we possibly could. And we ran out of our normal funding really quickly because it became significant. So we talked with Henderson and they cobbled up some additional dollars they could send our way that we could actually get out of the community to help people, taking that initial stress off of them. Early on, food was a large problem for a lot of people.
We participated in food delivery to people who were in either assisted living or they couldn't come out of their home, or they were concerned about coming out of their home. And so using social distancing and mask requirements, providing them flyers with QR codes to get access to resources, partnering with our courts to find out who is potentially getting evicted and working with them that way. Those are non-traditional roles for planners. The non-traditional role I played was being part of that emergency response team and being the lead of our ESF 14, that community long-range recovery group. How does our recovery plan intended to be a 6 to 9 month process? How does that meld into, and how do we transition into that strategic planning that we do on a regular basis and that operational planning that we do on a regular basis? And I think that's what's unique about this particular plan, is that it was designed to dovetail with our other plans that we have at the city.
We have a saying around here: in the midst of chaos, what is the ground to be gained? In Henderson specifically, they had a strategic plan and they pivoted that plan within just an amazingly short amount of time, a few weeks, and came out with this plan to actually address the pandemic and to recover from the pandemic.
You know, one of the main outcomes that we have here is we have the lowest transmission of COVID in Southern Nevada and the highest vaccination rate. And we think that having a plan and what our goals were helped with that.
We've become stronger partners. The trust level is incredible. Before any of the other jurisdictions around here, to my knowledge, they were the first ones that were ready to go. So again, it led us to be able to lean in with them and say, okay, we're going to go attack housing. We do that right now. Let's go get at it. And those are all, to me, values of the planning process.